in the Korean Republic. And there is 28-year-old Asror Vohidov. His opponent is 22-year-old Shin Jae-Yong of the Korean Republic. Our 5 scoring judges hail from Argentina, Canada, Hungary, Lithuania and Morocco. So Mr. Pavlo Vasilinchuk of Ukraine is our referee. Final check of the equipment.
Ring B. The winner by points, split decision in the red corner representing Angola.
So we're underway then. This is action in the men's 57 kilogram division in a contest between boxers from Tajikistan and the Korean Republic. The boxer wearing red, operating out of the southpaw stance in this all-Asian continental affair on the global stage, is Asror Vohidov. Received a bye in the first preliminary round, so it's his first contest here in the round of 32. As for Shin, he prevailed on a unanimous point decision victory over Estonia's Alan Asror. Good left hand driven into the body by Vohidov. You can see that Shin is a quick twitch boxer. Vohidov looking to land solid shots against his taller opponent.
I really like the body shots that Vohidov's throwing here. Can't miss the target.
Comes to the ring as the reigning Tajikistan national champion. There's Vohidov. Shin using every inch of the boxing ring, skitting around the perimeter, landing with a long-range left-right.
Shin's got the right tactics here. You don't want to get involved with a heavy-handed puncher. Keep on the outside. Just catch him as he's coming in.
Vohidov, flat-footed stalker mode, got through with the right jab. The left hand attempted to the body was off the mark. Shin got to be careful that he's not throwing don't-hit-me punches here, because remember, the punch must be landed with sufficient force to be registered as a scoring blow. Something of a skittish quality about his work, in the sense that he's trying to dart into range and get out without reply. But remember, it can't be an arm punch. It has got to have sufficient weight from the feet and from the shoulder for it to be considered a scoring blow. Vohidov looking to slow him down, blocking the shots aimed at his body effectively with that low-held guard. Again, Shin has got to be careful that he doesn't give the impression that he's running here and trying to nick it. And that's a conundrum that back foot boxers often face. If it's their preference, their talent, suiting their physique and their personality and skill set to box on the back foot, occasionally you have got to hold your feet and push your opponent back, because it can look from a scoring perspective as though you're trying to nick the contest rather than win it.
Yeah, it really can. I can understand why he's moving so much. You do not want to stand in front of this guy.
It's going to be very difficult to win the contest in this type of posture if his accuracy remains as inaccurate as it was for the most part in that first round. I think from his intent and the scoring shots that it will be the man in red who's taken the first round, and he's done so on a 4-1 split. The judge from Morocco preferring the work of Shin, which I do find rather surprising. Asror Vohidov of Tajikistan, a 4-1 split decision victor at the conclusion of the first round.
Yeah, Vohidov was doing really well. I was really liking the body shots from him. He was picking them and placing them really, really well. Shin was moving around the ring though, not always letting him have it his own way. But I do fear, like you said, Ron, that he does need to start throwing some punches and maybe get off the back foot a little bit and come forward and show Vohidov that he's in the fight.
So into the second round then. Shin immediately onto the back foot once more, looking to take advantage of his longer range and reach. There he leaps in, looking for a left hook. But that long bridging illegal. Holding out the left hand like a broom handle in a bid to keep Vohidov at bay. Vohidov remaining committed to his task. There's a hard left hand driven into the belly once again. And again, Shin just becoming a little disorganized. That's why he wound up with his back to Vohidov, and that, of course, illegal. Southpaw left hand catches his chin, which was unprotected because his hands were down by his belt line, Shin. Looking for a whipping right hand into the body, and he turns his back on his opponent once again. So approaching 50 seconds gone in this second round. Again, skittish quality to Shin's work. Remember, he's just 22 years of age, so he's only going to gain more experience and get better, and he's likely to grow into this long physique that he possesses as well, so he may end up a few weight divisions north of the 57 kilogram weight class. Hits a left hand to the body there. Incidentally, we're only referring to numbers because Paris Boxing Unit 2024 said that there are no Olympic names for the weight categories anymore. So it's just a number rather than a weight. What were you, Nicola? Olympic flyweight champion 2 times. But now you'd have just been a 51 kilogram champion, which is a little more prosaic. You hear the names like Nicola Adams and Teofilo Stevenson, heavyweight champion, Lennox Lewis, super heavyweight champion. It has such resonance and it's so evocative, but that is the decision that that is the situation that the Paris Boxing Unit for 2024 inherited following other weight-making sports in the Olympic Games, and so that is where we are. So this 57 kilogram action, and again, Shin in against an opponent with far more experience, and that experience beginning to impose more clear. Oh, that's a beautiful southpaw left. Cleanest shot of the entire contest upstairs from Vohidov, who's had real success to the body, but their cracking shot landed on the chin of Shin. But again, we have to point out that Shin, only 22 years of age, didn't go to the first Olympic qualifier at the Asian Games in Hangzhou. And this, the biggest bout of his career, bar none. A man who won the selection tournament to earn his right to fight for the Olympic quota place here in the Road to Paris event. So 2 rounds completed. Vohidov took the first on a 4-1 split. I think he's taken the second as well. Shin conceded the second round unanimously because he took the first round for judge number 5. So we've got 4 scores of 20 points to 18 in favor of the reigning Tajikistan national champion Asror Vohidov. This man has got a proverbial mountain to climb with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Vohidov's done really well, I think, of cutting his man down, cutting the ring down, getting his guy along the rope so he can counter-puncher him, throw his shots off, and not let him escape. You can just see in the highlights there of what Vohidov's doing. Not getting flustered, pins him in the corner, catches him, and away.
So we go into the third and final round of this 57 kilogram contest. Asror Vohidov controlling things pretty much, not quite at a canter, but he's comfortable. And now Shin, for the first time in the contest, holding his feet. There he got some leverage onto that right hand, and credit to him because he knows that he needs a massive final round. Even though he's 22, and so a mature young man, if that's not an oxymoron, he's an adult is what I'm saying, but he's in against a man who appears to have fully grown into his man strength in the age of the in the form of the 28-year-old Asror Vohidov. There's still something of a rather callow look about Shin, suggesting that he may still be growing, but there was a good right hand to the body. But look at the price he paid on the back of it. Uppercuts whipping through the middle of his defenses from Vohidov, as Shin gamely attempting to hold his feet as he goes in search of the stoppage victory or the massive final round that he needs to get back on terms.
Vohidov, as soon as Shin throws a punch, he's got another answer for it. He's got a combination in his back pocket. Just backing his man up onto the ropes again.
And you really have to credit the change in tactics that Shin is attempting to implement, because you can see as he's taking shots to both head and body, an 8 count may well be forthcoming if Shin didn't get out of there or show the referee something. But he managed to get up on his toes, get on his bike, but he knows that operating in this posture is going to be very difficult to produce the knockout shot that he needs. Oh, there's a solid southpaw left that fairly drove Shin into the neutral corner turnbuckle. Staying near the ropes again, so that cuts off an avenue of potential escape. Puts him in a confined position, and that's allowing Vohidov to tee off, spin around the target, present a different angle. And this is going to be a real test of character now, this final minute for Shin, because he's losing the contest on points. Credit to him. He tried to stand and have a tear-up at center ring with Vohidov, but he's been touched up and tagged cleanly during the course of this third round, and he won't want to turn this into a survival mission. But this perhaps the sternest test he has faced in this, the biggest bout of his career. And he'll want to acquit himself well, but look at how he's maintaining the gap. And that is why Vohidov's saying, hold on a minute, you're down, you're supposed to be bringing it to me. And that is why the ref's going to have a word with Shin about engaging. I suspected he wouldn't want to turn it into a survival mission, but that is what it's become over the previous 30 seconds or so. I think he was hurt to the body, was clearly checked to the chin. And after, there's another solid right hand landed by the southpaw wearing red. And again, Shin electing to get up on his bike so that he can hear the final bell.
Yeah, Vohidov's done really well at cutting the ring down, because Shin has been moving non-stop.
Well, no doubt about the winner, Asror Vohidov, multiple reigning national champion of Tajikistan, knowing too much for the 22-year-old Shin Jae-Yong of the Korean Republic. And again, Shin really did give it a go, planted his feet in the canvas for the first 2 minutes of the final round, but then by standing in the firing line, he was tagged cleanly to both head and body. He appeared to be hurt, and he spent the majority of the final minute on his bike and out of punching range. But he has made it through to hear the final bell, but it will be Asror Vohidov who goes through to the round of 16.
Ring A, the winner by points, split decision in the red corner representing Tajikistan.
And there is confirmation of victory for Asror Vohidov. 4-1 split decision victor over Shin Jae-Yong of the Korean Republic. Southpaw, as dynamic, very fundamentally sound, remained committed to his task and targeted the body of his tall, lean opponent right from the opening bell, and maintained that target, that accuracy into the final round. You see, this is where Shin held his feet, and that's where, despite the good body shot he landed, he paid a real heavy toll on the back of it.
Yeah, it really did. Vohidov with some beautiful punching there. Switched it up, head and body, kept his man thinking. Shin just couldn't really get himself into the fight. Spent the whole fight just running around the outside of the ring.
Well, I find it rather surprising that judge number 5 gave the final round to Shin Jae-Yong, because I simply don't see how he could have prevailed in that final round. So round 1 and 3 scored by judge number 5 in favor